Michael, Sunday Night Football, we saw the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Tennessee Titans 20-17 in overtime. Despite my love for that Dolphins-Bears game, I think this Sunday night game was probably my favorite game from the entire slate. Just the contrast in the styles between what Tennessee was doing and what Kansas City was doing. Titans almost pulling off the upset as 14-point dogs.
Well, I mean, look, if you don't think Mike Vrabel's a great coach, then you didn't watch the game last night. Now, think about this, Femi. Think about this for just a moment. With 5:24 to go in the second quarter, 5:24 to go in the second quarter, when they scored their 14th point, the Tennessee Titans went on to play another 9 minutes, then they played another 30 minutes, and then they played another, so they played 39 minutes of football and then say 4 minutes in overtime. So they played another 44 minutes of football, okay? Mm-hmm. They got one first down. And they got the game to overtime. And the only way the game got to overtime was because Mahomes had to make these incredible runs with his feet. Like that to me, I mean, they averaged 4.8 yards per play. I mean, it was a joke. The fact that Tennessee, after a game, I gave out Kansas City as one of my plays yesterday. I don't regret it. I really don't. I think it was the right play. I think I had the game handicapped perfectly because I didn't think Tennessee would move the ball. I didn't think they'd score 17 points. I grant you that. But I thought Kansas City would score 28, 30. I thought they would cover. I thought they would move the ball more effectively. I knew it would be hard, but I thought they would move it more effectively. But look, that was a great, great job by Mike Vrabel. My hat's off to him. What he was able to accomplish with no quarterback at all, none. Guy had what do you have, 6 completions in the game?
That's 5.
Had 5. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, and if you're Kansas City, you win the game, but you're like, really, did we win? I mean, where are we? We got beat up. I mean, Mahomes he got the shit kicked out of him yesterday.
Yeah. I thought just the fact that Tennessee was able to stay into that game, I completely agree with you, Mike Vrabel, and the job that he did, that coaching staff, that defense. I mean, they played 91 games. We talk about defenses playing double headers, Michael. That might have been a triple header, what the Tennessee Titans were doing there on defense. And the fact that they still held Kansas City to just 20 points, you got to tip your cap to those guys. But Vrabel, we'll get to Kansas City in just a bit, but on the Vrabel point here, is he, outside of maybe Bill Belichick, the best strategist that we have in the NFL?
Yeah, and we wrote about this for the Daily Coach today about strategists, and I think Vrabel clearly is. I mean, look, he's got 13 drives in the game, okay? 8 punts. He had one drive. He had 2 drives that scored. He had 11 drives that had 1 first down or less. He got 3 points off of no first down. And he played basically 40 minutes with 1 first down. And he was able to stay attached in the entire game. And he stayed attached in the entire game. I mean, I think it was unbelievable. I think his defense has got, and I've said this, I thought his defense has gotten better and better as the year's gone on. His offensive line is bad. Like, I don't understand how Spagnuolo even gave him 14 points. I mean, why didn't you just line up? Like, if I were playing them, I would have lined up in goal line defense. I don't give a shit what was on. Remember that match game that was on television? Mm-hmm. I'll match, which there's match game that goes on in the NFL, right? So I used to say this we had a defensive coordinator when I was in Oakland, that if there was no time left on the clock and there's 1 second to go and the ball's at midfield and we're up by 4 points, if the opponent would put out short yardage, he would have matched it. He plays match game all the time, right? So, why would you just match any formation Tennessee put on the field? They have to give the ball to Henry. They can't let Willis beat you. So play short yardage defense the whole time. Just play 5 down linemen, play 2 linebackers, and make him, and just set the edge on both sides so he can't run it. They did it in the second half, but what did it take to the second half to do it? It made no sense to me. And Vrabel's just playing doubleheader on defense. It didn't bother him. Man, I think I'm amazed. I think the guy's an incredible head coach.
Yeah, and I'm truly amazed, honestly, as well. I bet the Titans yesterday afternoon. I said, hey, if it hits 14, I'm going to go ahead and bet them because in spots like this, you can trust Mike Vrabel to grind out the edges required to keep a game close. But I thought, Michael, the biggest play of the game was this, and I'll see if you agree with me. 3rd and 17 with 7:11 left in regulation. At that point, when Mahomes scrambled and got outside of the contain to get that 20-yard run there for the first down, that's when I thought, okay, Kansas City's going to win this game. Because if the Titans get that stop, I think Tennessee wins.
Yeah, I mean, and look, I thought they were going to call holding. They called holding on a similar play earlier in the game, and they didn't call holding on that. And I guess that the right tackle really didn't pull him as much, and so he was able to get out of there. Look, if Mahomes doesn't run in this game, if Mahomes doesn't take off and run,
they lose.
I mean, there's no game. I mean, basically they had to run the six-back offense for them to be successful. I mean, he literally had to take off. I agree with you. That was the backbreaker. And really, more than anything, the backbreaker was his other run. I mean, he had us a 20-yard run. He's 6 carries in the game for 63 yards. The guy threw it 68 times. He had 25 incompletions. He threw it 68 times for 443 yards. He took 4 sacks. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. And then he had to scramble in for the touchdown.
Yeah. And the 2-point conversion.
And then the 2-point conversion. Right? Like, and meanwhile, I mean, I'm sure you enjoyed watching Clint Blakeman. I mean, Blakeman, I know I did. I love watching him referee a game. I mean, every play's a penalty with this bastard. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Enough of this guy.
Yeah. I mean, but look, give him credit. I mean, the fact that he went into the game with Willis as his backup quarterback 2 weeks in a row, to me, is remarkable.
Thanks for watching the GM Shuffle with Michael Lombardi. And for more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to VSiN Live and the GM Shuffle podcast with Michael Lombardi, presented by DraftKings and VSiN, wherever you get your podcasts.